When they first started the Leading Women Society, I was one of the first honorees in 2009, and I've been coming back every year. This is a moment of, this is the 10th year anniversary, and it's also Sister Love 30th year anniversary. And I'm looking at all of the years and all of the women, and then we have some new women coming into the society. It is like we are making it, we are surviving, we are intentional with intent.
What brings me here today is feeling honored and empowered and helping inform the new honorees and inductees so they can learn how to activate their feelings and advocate and inform others.
The only thing I am honestly expecting to see is the happy looks on everybody's faces who are being celebrated. Just to see, because I was celebrated in 2013 and I know what it feels like. So I'm just excited to see how happy they are, how honored they are, and to see and know that we recognize their work.
Oh, I'm expecting to see all these incredible leaders and all these beautiful women just come out and be themselves and let the world know all the incredible work that they're doing to, finally put an end to this epidemic.
We want more and more people to see that we are out here living openly and fighting to end the stigma and shame associated with HIV.
The biggest impact is being able to tell people that, that I am HIV positive and that I'm living. I used to feel like I was going to die, right? And I used to be very, very afraid and hopeless. But then when I came to Sister Love and found other sisters in where I reside that come together and hold you and uplift you, I decided I didn't want to die. I want to live.
We are celebrating 20 years for Leading Women Society, 30 years for Sister Love, and 10 years for 2020. These are outstanding women from all over the world that have done outstanding work in the community. And we are so proud to honor them and to salute them this evening. Ladies, where are you?
Good evening. Good evening. On behalf of Sister Love's Board of Directors, we formally welcome you to the 10th Annual 2020 Leading Women's Society Award Ceremony. HIV continues to impact the most marginalized populations in our society. People who are discriminated against due to stigma, violence because of their HIV status, sexual orientation, gender, or gender identity. As we journey towards a world free of HIV, we know that the fight requires much of us. The time is now that we empower women and girls to protect themselves from HIV and to make the best choices when it comes to protecting their health. Everyone, women, men, community organizations, healthcare professionals, those who are HIV negative, and those who are living with HIV have a role to play in HIV prevention. This is essential to ending the HIV epidemic. Tonight, we honor 20 exceptional women from across the U.S. who have served as vocal leaders and advocates in their community. They continue to advocate for the dignity, rights, and well-being of people living with HIV and affected by HIV in all aspects of life and at every level of society. Tonight's honorees stand firm in their commitment to educate others about HIV where they live, work, play, and worship. We formally welcome them into the 2020 Leading Women's Society.
I'm going to bring on to you my sister, my dear friend, my sister by another mother and father. We've been friends for many years. She's very talented. She worked on the runway in Germany and in Paris. The beautiful, talented Britannica Stewart.
Thank you, Dwight, so much. Good evening, everybody. Are you enjoying yourself? I'm Karen Greer. No, what's his name? No, I'm really Britannica Stewart, and I'm really very happy to be here. You all look gorgeous. Everybody in here looks gorgeous. It's like the battle of the gorgeousness going on in here. I'm really excited about this. I'd like to bring on our first set of presenters who will recognize our honorees. Please welcome Marcia Ridley, Election Superintendent for Spalding County. And the one and only confidant, Miss Bling.
Good afternoon. Michelle Anderson. Michelle Anderson hails from Dallas, Texas, where she is the state organizer for the IFEL Center, a Black woman-centered organization designed to serve Black women and girls by transforming their relationship and sexual reproduction health. She is recognized for the use of her bully pulpit to raise awareness, eradicate stigma, shame, and blame of those living and surviving with HIV. Michelle is a national ambassador for the Greater Than AIDS Empowerment Campaign and the Black AIDS Institute. She has been nominated to sit on the Presidential Advisory Council on HIV and AIDS, and a recipient of the National Association of People with AIDS Positive Leadership Award. Michelle is also the United States' first openly HIV positive woman to ever run for a national pageant title, the 2011 Miss Plus America. Congratulations, Michelle.
So I'm trying to see real quick, so bear with me. First, I would like to thank the Most High for the honor to be used for a purpose in the lives of women who suffer in silence. Thank you to my mentor, Marsha Jones, for seeing my value when I couldn't see it for myself. Thank you to Sister Love for creating a safe space for women to shine beyond their diagnosis. To all the women who are inducted, continue to share your stories unapologetically, without shame or fear. Remember this, there is another woman watching you and waiting to hear their story. And in that moment, they can fearlessly say, I am living with HIV and surviving too.
Angelisa Austin is described as a tenacious and courageous HIV advocate. She works in Florida with Black AIDS Services and Education, Positively You community-based support services, Positive Women Network USA, the Florida HIV Justice Coalition, Rural Women's Health Project, and Equality Florida. She also sits on the Ryan White Consortium Board for the Well Florida that services 15 counties. Exercising her creative and exuberant spirit, Angelisa uses spoken word, dance, and public speaking to educate and elevate others. She's on a mission to eradicate HIV stigma and to eliminate the virus altogether. Talking about her work, she says, I use my voice, knowledge, drive, passion, and ambition to advocate not only for myself, but to give a voice to the voiceless and to hope for the hopelessness. Congratulations, Angelisa.
I have only just a minute, only 60 seconds in it. Forced up on me, can't refuse it. Didn't seek it, didn't choose it, but it's up to me to use it. Give account if I abuse it. Just one tiny little minute, but eternity is in it. I'd like to thank Sister Love, I'd like to thank God, and I'd like to thank all the partner affiliates, sponsors, investors for this opportunity to be celebrated. I thank you all. God bless.
That's my kind of girl. Did you get all that power? Did you feel the power? I've got chills over here. She really, really is a very, very powerful woman.
Hadia Broadbent was born with HIV and abandoned at the University Medical Center of Southern Nevada, where Patricia and Lauren Broadbent adopted her as an infant. Since the age of 6, she has lent her voice to HIV advocacy, appearing on many national television programs, including Oprah, 2020, Good Morning America, and A Conversation with Magic Johnson on Nickelodeon. Today, at the age of 35, Hadia spends her time promoting HIV/AIDS awareness, prevention, and HIV testing as a notable speaker at many of America's most respected educational institutions. She has also been featured in the New York Times, People, Essence, Ebony, HealthQuest, PAS, and other publications. Her many awards include Ebony's Most Influential 150 African Americans, and Top 100 African American History Makers for Power 100, and the Mad Girl for BET Network's Black Girls Rock. Not since Ryan White has a young person spoke out on an international level so passionately living with HIV. Congratulations, Hadia.
Hello. I am so honored to be here. It's 30 seconds. So this is the second phase of my life. And I'm thankful for all the HIV positive women who are in my life, who are guiding and leading me. And shout out to all my vertical transmission young women who told me you care about things like reproductive health rights for HIV positive women.
Kim Kennedy Griffith was born with HIV. Today, she is a 32-year-old Brooklyn native, HIV/AIDS activist, advocate, and mother. She has dedicated the past 17 years of her professional life working in the area of human sexuality with a specific focus on HIV/AIDS, STI advocacy, and the elimination of other health disparities. Kim's journey in health education started at age 15, where she was a peer health educator in the Teens Helping Each Other program located in SUNY downstate. Today, Kim is an international leader in her field. She has served as the UNICEF Youth Ambassador, a consultant for Love Heals, the HEAT program,
board member for the Young Women of Color HIV/AIDS Coalition, community advisory member for the Well Project, and the spokesmodel for the HIV Stops With Me campaign. Kim educates over 2,000 students annually throughout the New York State. Kim says her motivation for her work stems for the loss of her parents at the age of 9 due to complications from AIDS. Congratulations, Kim.
Hello, everyone. All right, so first I just want to say thank you. It's an honor being here, being able to stand here 32 years later in my truth and say, I am here, I am excited, and for you to recognize everything that I've been doing for the last 17 years is amazing, and never asking for anybody to say thank you. So I'm just saying for y'all, thank you for recognizing me. Thank you.
Cecilia Chung, Senior Director of Senior Director of Strategic Projects and Evaluations at the Transgender Law Center, migrated from Hong Kong to San Francisco in December 1984. She works locally and internationally to advance equality and sexual and reproductive health rights. Cecilia is the first transgender woman and first person living openly with HIV to chair the San Francisco Human Rights Commission. She is also the architect of the nation's most ambitious publicly funded program addressing economic justice within the transgender community. Her community service spans nearly 2 decades. Cecilia currently serves on the Health Commission, where she made San Francisco the first city in the U.S. to cover gender-affirming surgery for the city's uninsured transgender patients. In 2015, Cecilia launched Positively Trans, a national network for transgender people living with HIV. Positively Trans is led by an advisory board of transgender people of color living with HIV who focus on storytelling, policy advocacy, and leadership development. Congratulations, Cecilia.
Thank you, Sister Loves. Thank you, the Leading Women's Society. I'm here because a lot of my sisters did not make it here. They didn't make the 10 years, let alone 20. So I am just a placeholder so that other trans women living with HIV can fill up the room, can stand on this stage, so that we can celebrate them and let them know that their blood and sweat and tears were not unnoticed. So thank you, and I hope you help me to make sure that my sisters know that their lives are worth fighting for, because you're worth it, we are worth it. Thank you.
One of my coworkers who I've been working with for the past, I want to say 13, 14 years, recognized something in me about all the work that I've been doing in the community, and she nominated me to come in and be inducted into this Women's Society. It's still surreal that this time in the fight that I've been doing, I've been positive since birth, and I get to be recognized for all the work that I'm doing, and to be positive for 32 years is an honor, and to be amongst a whole bunch of sisterhood. It's amazing.
I've been living with HIV my whole life, through vertical transmission, mama to child. And I just, maybe 2 years ago, through the youth initiative with Linda, and I met like through that met Days On. And since then have always been involved with just anything reproductive, anything Black women, anything HIV, for at least for around 2 years. We need this. We need Black women that don't often get spaces to just get held for them, to be with community, to really let their hair down, to show off and make it all about them. So it's necessary that we have these spaces. It's necessary that we continue to have us in these spaces together with our aunties and our mothers and our daughters and our families. And
Please welcome our second set of presenters. Welcome back, Marcia Ridley, fashion designer Janae Dion, and minister, motivational speaker, and author, Lady Finitra Bradley. Please give them a big round of applause.
Marvine Evans was born and raised in Miami, Florida, and can be described as a woman who makes a positive impact wherever she goes. She describes her work as a devoted to helping others and empowering people living with HIV to learn that they do not have to be another statistic. Marvine serves on the board of the Well Florida Ryan White Consortium as an advocate for people living with HIV. She often speaks publicly at schools, faith-based organizations, and conferences to address and reduce the stigma surrounding HIV and AIDS. Marvine Edwards says, getting past all the fear, stigma, and prejudice surrounding HIV will mean encouraging people to speak out and overcome their own internal stigma. About herself, she say, I would not allow what another person thinks dictate to me the woman that I am, because I am bigger than HIV. It lives in my house. Congratulations, Marvine.
Good evening, everybody. I like to give thanks to the honor of God and for all he's done for me, for Sister Love and everything it is. It is such an honor to be able to stand here and appreciate people that appreciate what you do. Because of that, I know I can go out into my community and have a more positive attitude when I do the work that I know God has sent me to do. Thank you.
Marcy Eljo became an HIV advocate after her husband's death from AIDS complication in 1995, and when her 11-year-old HIV-negative son was going to be removed from school because his parents was living with HIV. She fought hard and stopped that from happening. From there, with the Nassau Suffolk Law Service, Marcy helped start the David Project. The David Project provides free legal services for people living with HIV on Long Island. In addition, Marcy is a member of the Nassau Suffolk Health Service Planning Council, Ending the Epidemic Committee, and PrEP Commission. She also receives the Planning Council's Robert Perez Sassoon Community Service Award for her invaluable contribution and service. Pause magazine included Marcy in the 2017 Pause 100 list celebrating women. Her favorite quote is, "Yesterday is a history, tomorrow is a mystery. That's why today is called the present. It is a gift you give yourself." Congratulations, Marcy.
So everything that was just said about me, where I found my voice. I found my voice that day fighting for my son, and my voice has been heard ever since. Today, I walk next to women, walk next to me, they walk in front of me when they think I'm gonna fall down, and they walk in front of me when I need a push. so I never live a day without a woman in my life. And today I brought my bonus daughter with me because I want her to see all these strong, powerful women. Women, we can do everything. Thank you, Sister Love, for this award.
These little women have such great messages to deliver, don't they? And it's so amazing how it seems like the very smallest have the biggest, most wonderful stories, and their journeys are incredible, aren't they? Let's talk about this decoration too while we're sitting here. You guys like all these wonderful flowers? Aren't they beautiful? Now, you know all of this was done by the Purple Door Consortium and Mr. Dwight Eubanks. We'd like to give him a big round of applause. He's running around like a chicken with his head cut off, but he's doing really great things. And this organization is really his heart. Now, I think that we never did get fashion designer Janae Dion or the motivational speaker. So I think we should move on to, is Loretta Ross in the audience or backstage? There you are. You are the designer? All right, they found her. Please.
Good evening, everyone. Okay, so I'm going to be presenting this evening Miss Gail Melissa Graham. Since her diagnosis on April 22nd, 1997, Gail Melissa Graham has dedicated herself to the fight against HIV/AIDS and achieved much. She founded and is the director of Mount Lebanon Baptist Church HIV/AIDS Ministry Outreach Services, is a commissioner on the Baltimore City Commission on HIV/AIDS Prevention and Treatment, an alternate commissioner on the Baltimore City HIV Planning Group and Commission. Today, Gail serves as an advisory board member of the Institute for Medicaid Innovation, the global representative of Johns Hopkins University AIDS Clinical Trials Advisory Board, and board member of Johns Hopkins University HIV Prevention Trials Network. As a patient consultant with the University of Maryland Patients Program, Gail travels the U.S. telling her story to educate others and prove that there is life after diagnosis. Last May, Gail published an article in the British Medical Journal titled, "The Impact of a Name." Congratulations, Gail.
First, I'd like to thank God for the blessing of HIV, for strengthening us and trusting in us and giving us this very special assignment for my sisters and myself. I want to thank my Anna for putting me up under her wings and introducing me to sisters that I always wanted but never had. I'd like to thank Sister Love for not only talking the talk, but walking it. Thank you for recognizing women like me who became diamonds after all of our struggles. I promise to represent you to the best of my ability to make you proud. I promise to step up for everyone who is found to be blessed with HIV, as well as anyone affected with that. Thank you to all the sponsors, and thank you for those who thought that I deserved this honor. Thank you.
Again, I'm going to present Miss Wendy Henderson. Wendy Henderson chose a life of service and has worked as a case manager in community-based organizations most of her career. Today, she is the housing specialist at Hyacinth AIDS Foundation in New Jersey. As a service provider and community voice, Wendy is one of a kind. She not only brings her expert professional skills to bear when helping clients, but she also models how to live well with HIV, making her a go-to resource for clients and agencies alike. Wendy's ongoing courage and commitment to live and work publicly as a woman with HIV is invaluable. She has created a positive narrative about life with HIV, providing hope and defeating stigma for many. Wendy's philosophy is simple. She believes in treating people the way she wants to be treated. Congratulations, Wendy.
I just want to give honor to God for thanking Him for carrying me for 21 years. I want to give thanks to Sister Love, how you helped me to get where I am. Now I'm ready to fight to bring my other sisters on board. Thank you again, Sister Love.
And now we're bringing back Miss Bling.
Hello again. Veronica Hicks. Veronica Hicks was born in Jacksonville, Florida, and raised in Newark, New Jersey in 1995. Veronica was diagnosed with AIDS when she became extremely sick. After telling her supportive family of her status, she committed herself to helping people living with HIV and AIDS. Her efforts were noticed, and she was appointed by the mayor of Jacksonville to the regional Ryan White Planning Council, where she served on several committees and was instrumental for helping to revise the Planning Council's handbook. She also served as chair for Community Connection. Veronica frequently describes her life's mission as continuing to give HIV a voice, and is often heard to say about her work, "I have a passion for this cause." Congratulations, Veronica.
Hello, everybody. I am Veronica from Jacksonville, as you guys know. I want to thank my Lord and Savior for his sustaining grace and mercy. I also want to thank my brother Johnny, who's here, who's always supporting me in all my endeavors. I also want to thank Sister Love for allowing me to share this stage with all of these amazing women and to be honored in something that I love to do. You know, they say if you love what you do, it's never a job. So thank you.
You know, it's nice to know that you are appreciated. You know, even though you may not hear it all the time, this right here is one way of knowing that somebody paid attention to what you were doing.
From doing the advocacy work that I was doing, I was recommended for a nomination, and then I met Anna Folks, who is one of the alumni and such an amazing woman, and I knew everything she was doing. And she told me everything that I've done, and that really surprised me because I didn't realize people were paying attention. And she said that she wanted to nominate me because she thought I was a phenomenal woman. So that made my day.
Well, do you feel phenomenal?
I do now.
My hope is that you'll listen to the lyrics. I used to think that I could fly. I even leaped into the sky. Then one by one my dreams they died. There's a million reasons why, oh why I stopped trying. Inside me there's a raging war, 'cause I know I deserve much more. I'm looking for an open door. All I want to do is soar outside of these lines. My fear has kept me bound to indecision. Why am I so afraid of my own vision? What if I take the chance, take the leap off this cliff and have faith in this dream? What if we just believe that we can have more than we perceive? What if we just believe? Y'all with me so far? How about this table over here? I have nothing left to lose. Found the faith to light the fuse. Ooh, gotta try it, win or lose. All I have to do is choose my own destiny. But there's a voice inside of me that says it isn't wise to dream, to accept what I can see, 'cause what I want will never be. I'm my own enemy. I've been so afraid of this monster we call time. But I can live and die with regret. I guess I'll have to try. Better delayed than denied. What if I take the chance, take the leap off this cliff and have faith in this dream? What if we just believe that we can have more than we perceive? What if we just believe? I'll close my eyes 'cause I'm afraid of falling. And what happens if I don't answer? just believe, just believe, just believe, just believe. Just believe. Thank you.
At this time, we're going to bring to the stage Loretta Ross.
You know, they said the wrong thing to me as I was coming out to stage. They said, Loretta, take as much time as you want. You don't say that to a woman that loves to talk. But they brought me here, first of all, to surprise my best friend, Dazon Dixon Jallo. Love you, baby. I have been with Dazon and watched with awe from when she was at the Feminist Women's Health Center as a young staff person who still had a punk rock spiky hairdo and tattoos, but she wanted to start a project at the Feminist Women's Health Center for community education around HIV/AIDS. And surprisingly, the Feminist Women's Health Center at that time didn't understand what she was talking about. And so she had to spin that HIV education project off to become Sister Love. And I have to tell you, nobody could have done what Dazon did starting in 1989. Because women and HIV was not on the radar in 1989, particularly centering what was happening to the most vulnerable black women with HIV/AIDS was not on the radar in 1989. I also want to say what made what I observed from Dazon be so special was that there was such a short period in those early days from diagnosis to death. So we had to be there for a whole lot of people, like Pandora, who wasn't diagnosed, but she gave her heart and her soul to this movement. Juanita Williams, who was one of our first clients, who just got diagnosed a few weeks ago with pancreatic cancer, so she couldn't come tonight. Because I had to tell Juanita, we wouldn't let you give up living when you got diagnosed with AIDS, and we ain't gonna let you give up living just because you've been diagnosed with cancer too. It ain't gonna happen like that. And so I wanna give up the mic, because I could talk forever, but I wanna say how special it is that every one of you are here living in the love that Dazon is able to create for all of us. For all of us. Thank you, Dazon, and thank you, the Sister Love family.
Thank you. To the 2019 class of 2020, Leading Women's Society honorees and inductees, and to the clergy, dignitaries, board of directors and staff of Sister Love, to friends and supporters, and most especially to the visionary, the servant leader, the sister who talks the talk and walks the walk, Sister Love's esteemed founder, Sister Dr. Dazon Dixon Diallo. Greetings. I'm not here tonight representing CDC, and as you see in the program, I am an employee of CDC. But I'm here actually tonight as a friend, as a supporter, and most importantly, as a believer. I met Dazon in 1999 when I was serving in the role as project officer for Georgia's Department of Public Health. And this was at a time when HIV and AIDS prevention was not necessarily, not that it is now either, a priority of the state of Georgia. However, Dazon and a few others decided to not wait for the state of Georgia. And she did the duty and continues to do the duty that laid before her. As such, I attended several healthy love parties and was completely overwhelmed by the magnificence of the prevention experience. And as I move forward in my career at the state, I continue to observe the commitment, the passion, the sexual and reproductive health revolution for women led by this gifted queen. And I did my best in my role as the then HIV prevention director to ensure she had whatever funding I could secure to do the critical work of saving women. And what many of you probably don't know is that that work was not easy work. And it was a road that was not heavily trodden. It was a road actually untaken. But Dazon took that road, and let me tell you, when Dazon took that road and that road led to you, you needed to stand up and hear what she was going to say. And she worked on behalf of all women, in particular the marginalized women. And because of that, she advocated tirelessly for the rights of those who were unheard and unseen. Dazon did that, and all of you in this room have benefited from that, because one life saved is all of our lives saved. Now I'm going to give you a few statistics just in case, because sometimes we get a little complacent when we see things going well, but I want to remind you of a few things. A few things according to the Kaiser Family Foundation and CDC that says that while AIDS cases have gone down, remarkably in 2017, adult and adolescent women made up 19% of the approximately 39,000 new diagnoses, and 59% of those women were African American. And among all women, Black women account for the largest share of new diagnoses, and the rate of new diagnoses among Black women is nearly 15 times the rate among white women and nearly 5 times the rate among Latinas. Black women also accounted for the largest share of women living with an HIV diagnosis at the end of 2016. And regionally, the South accounts for the majority of Blacks newly diagnosed with HIV, and Blacks living with an HIV diagnosis at the end of 2016 amounted to 58% of the cases. Well, I'm not trying to stand here tonight and to share just grim statistics or bring you bad news. Actually, on the contrary, I came to share the good news. And number one, the good news is God's not dead. And secondly, Sister Love and Dazon Dixon Diallo are alive and kicking the truth about and advocating for human rights, sexual health and reproductive justice, and HIV prevention. That's number two. But the third thing, the third issue I want to bring to the forefront in terms of why this is good news is that if you believe one, that God is not dead, and 2, that Sister Love and Dazon Dixon are still here fighting that fight, then 3, you know we're going to eventually be all right. I want to thank God for Jesus, but I really want to thank him tonight for Dr. Dazon Dixon Diallo.
Now we'd like to bring to the stage Sister Love Director, Brandy Williams. Yes, you may give her a big round of applause.
So just a slight correction. I am not the board I'm not the director of Sister Love. I am the board chair. But
I apologize.
That's okay. But I would like to take this opportunity to call up Dazon Dixon Diallo, who is the president of Sister Love. Let's give her a round of applause. So, I have a letter that I'd like to read to Dazon on behalf of our County Commission, Rob Pitts. Dazon, I am happy to, and he couldn't be here with us, so I'm reading it on his behalf, and it's actually in our pamphlet. Dazon, I'm happy to congratulate you and Sister Love on reaching a decade of leading women's society, 2 decades of Sister Love South Africa, and 3 decades of Sister Love Incorporated. These are all huge milestones, and you deserve to celebrate them. Thank you for your never-ending advocacy to make sure that women have access to HIV/AIDS education, health resources, and a uniquely supportive community. Sister Love leaves a big impact on Fulton County and the women who call it home. The support they receive through you and your organization is deeply important. On behalf of Fulton County Board of Commissions, I look forward to continuing to work with you in the fight to end HIV. Congratulations on the milestones. I would also like to acknowledge Jason Larry. He is the mayor of Stonecrest. He also wrote a letter that is inside of our booklet. Would you please stand? Thank you. And then Dazon, I know you have some introductions.
Yes, I want to do this. Hey, everybody. I said everybody. Hey, everybody. That's more like it. Thank you very much. So, first of all, I want to say, shame on you, Sybil. I love you. I know what you up to, but I just want y'all to know, I know this is y'all's night, this is y'all's night, this is y'all's night. And thank you so very much for being here and for allowing us to say thank you. And I think it's also important for you all to know that that fight that we were a part of, especially here in the South, from 1990 until 1993, 94, that made the first major change in the definition to include women and homeless people and people who inject drugs, as well as some children. It was a long, hard fight for inclusion, for visibility, for recognition, and quite frankly and practically, for access to equity and equality in terms of treatment, care, and social safety nets that everyone else was being afforded, except for women. That was 30 years ago when we started. That particular win was 25 years ago. And here we are, 25 years from that moment, still fighting for inclusion, for visibility, for recognition, and for access to what everybody else is getting. What I'm very clear about is there will be no end to this epidemic without women. Thank you all.
Thank you so much. Thank you absolutely so much for all the great work that you do. And only you can wear a foot brace that way. Only you, sugar, only you. Come on, baby, you better walk. Now, as you know, most of our children are home in bed. We have some very, very special children with a presentation that are actually far, far down on the list. But we're going to bring them to the stage now. Please help me welcome Nap and Company, the Mighty Spirit, so we can put them in the bed.
Shining out, fresh fruit spring. From He's calling out the weary. Harvest time to green pastures. The reaper's in His hand. There is a mighty reapers in his hand. Go tell everybody that love is his command. There is a mighty spirit shining out across the sky. He's calling out the weary to green pastures. Come and lie. There is a mighty spirit crossing barren land. He's sowing love unceasing. Fresh fruit spring from the sand. Fresh fruit spring from the sand.
That was amazing, wasn't it? There's a woman there represented from every place in the world. And I'm sure that you noticed that most of them are minority countries. Did you guys notice that? Mm-hmm. Miss Bling?
Yes. Latricia Miles. Latricia Miles supervised peer educators at the Kansas City Care Health Center and has over 16 years experience in HIV services and peer support to improve patient health literacy and engagement in care. Her expertise is recognized across the country as she provides training and technical assistance to organizations from Florida to Boston to Missouri. She has also served as Kansas City Ryan White Planning Council Chair and on local, regional, and national quality management committees to improve HIV care and treatment services. In addition, Latricia is founder and president of Grace of Greater Kansas City, a support group designed for women of faith with HIV, and one of 28 co-founders of the Positive Women's Network USA. This past June, Latricia has received Elaine Abel Humanitarian Award from Empower Missouri for her social justice and human rights work for people living with HIV. Congratulations, Latricia.
Thank you, God, my Heavenly Father. Thank you, Sister Love, for this prestigious award. Family, friends, Grace, Positive Women's Network, Pat Kelly, Nana, thank you. Change starts with individuals who call out injustice. I called it out. Thank you.
Gorgeous dress, too, isn't it?
Yes, it
Gorgeous
is.
dress.
Next, we have Evelyn Nicholson. Evelyn Nicholson has been HIV positive since 1990. As a young advocate, she lived in Philadelphia and was a member of the Positive Women's Network USA and ACT UP. Today, she lives in Baltimore, and over the years, her advocacy efforts have amplified. She is a member of the Greater Baltimore HIV Health Services Planning Council, a member of past co-chair and the Planning Council's People Living with HIV, nominating and executive committees. Evelyn is also an active member of the Black Treatment Advocates Network, sits on Chase Brexton's Medical Center's Patient Advisory Council, and is also a co-chair at the Thrive Clinic in University of Maryland Hospital. Evelyn works as a community health worker at the University of Maryland, providing support to people living with HIV. She does home visits, accompanies people to medical and support service appointments, answers their questions, and provides an ear whenever they need someone to listen. Congratulations, Evelyn.
Hello, everyone. I'd like to thank everybody for acknowledging the work that I do in the community and for myself. I appreciate y'all.
Good evening. I am Tanya Freeman with Dulce Divas Incorporated, and I'm going to introduce Moon Ying. Moon Ying Hunt is an advocate for Native Americans living with HIV. Receiving the news that she was HIV positive, she slowly started to learn about HIV. Together with her best friend Dee, she went to meetings and trainings about living with HIV. They supported each other as they dealt with the pain of being HIV positive. Dee has since passed away. Since those days, Moon Ying has become a member of the Consumer Advisory Board for the New York City Planning Council. In addition, for the past 10 years, she has served as a Community Advisory Board chair and member of the AIDS Center of Queens County. Moon Ying is also the co-chair for the Positive Women's Network, New York City chapter. Today, she is training to become a mentor to assist Native Americans. Moon Ying has been married for 40 years and is the proud mother of 3 adult children. Her passion is empowering her community. Congratulations to Moon Ying.
Here's your award. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you to Dee. Thank you, God. Thank you, Sister Love and Leading Ladies Society. I thank you for this award. I'm appreciative of this award. I also want to thank my nominator, Dreddy, for nominating me and believing in me and giving me this opportunity to do the things that I plan to do for the future. Thank you.
My name is Amelia Thomas. I am an educator here in the city of Atlanta. I'm here to introduce to you all Precious A. Jackson. Precious A. Jackson is an author and teacher who believes and lives the values of helping others and paying for what we are given. She describes learning she was HIV positive as an emotional roller coaster, but ultimately decided not to give strength to her diagnosis. Her next mission would be to educate both men and women on the importance of getting tested and protecting themselves. Precious has been featured in the Los Angeles Times, Washington Post, The Oprah Winfrey Show, a BET News special, and Newsweek, Essence, and Ebony magazines. She has also traveled to Cape Town, South Africa, as part of the Diva Foundation's effort to create a global connection and movement among women living with HIV. Today, Precious works to inspire all men and women to live their best life. Congratulations, Precious.
Greetings. I give thanks to my ancestors, my creator, Sister Love, Leading Women's Society, and the sponsors. 21 years ago, when I was diagnosed with HIV, I made a commitment that I would be a voice for women. I am truly humbled, I'm honored, and I'm very grateful for this prestigious award. Thank you.
Lisa Johnson-Lett. Lisa Johnson-Lett is an entrusted peer mentor, educator, and navigator. She works as a linkage to care network treatment adherence and prevention specialist at AIDS Alabama's Living Outpatient Center. She is an active member of the Positive Leadership Council for AIDS Alabama, Patient Advisory Board member for the University of Alabama 1917 Clinic, and a board member with the Positive Women Network USA. As an accomplished public speaker, Lisa has spoken across the Southeast for such events as the University of Alabama Ferguson Center's A Day in My Shoes, HIV/AIDS African Awareness Day in Houston, and UU presentation for Thrive Alabama, and a workshop on voters' rights and community organization at the Positive Living Conference in Fort Walton Beach, Florida, just to name a few. Lisa has also published articles for the Positive Women Network USA and Pause Focus. Lisa is the model of selfless service and advocacy for the HIV community. Congratulations, Lisa.
Gratitude is thank you. I thank you today for sharing this space with me. I thank you for allowing me to share this space with you. To my ancestors, I bring them forth into the room. To Shirley Lett, I call her first because she loved me to life. I want to thank the HIV community, Sister Love Society, Positive Women Network, and to all those that has fought this fight, paved the foundation, and who's went before me. I just want to thank you, and I just want to say, level up the love, and today, the best is yet to come. Thank you.
On behalf of the Honorable Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms, our President, Ms. Moore, and all 15 members of the Atlanta City Council, we are so proud to be here tonight. This organization was not built on talk, but rather action. When Dazon saw that there was no help for women impacted by this disease, she didn't shrug her shoulders and walk away. She worked and worked. This remarkable visionary took her experience in reproductive health care and her heart for women and founded this nonprofit. Now with 3 decades of service, we honor you today in celebration of Dazon and the Sister Love, Inc. 30-year and 10th Annual Leading Women's Society Awards. Whereas the 10th Annual 2020 Leading Women's Society Awards celebrates 20 courageous women from across the country who have dedicated their lives. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that the Honorable Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms and all members of the City Council honor you today with this proclamation. Will all board members and staff please come up? All board members and staff.
Can we bring to the stage our next set of presenters, please?
Good evening. Good evening. We are here to celebrate Tiffany Nicole. I'm Judge Finia Tien. It's my honor and privilege to present Tiffany Nicole to you tonight. She is a 27-year-old Florida native whose work in HIV advocacy began after she obtained her degree in social work. She chose to become a social worker because it helped her to live boldly and to help others. Tiffany was born with HIV. Today, Tiffany is a registered behavioral therapist, that's a RBT, and certified pre-kindergarten teacher. Let's give it up for our teachers. She provides supportive services to our children, including LGBTQ youth. Tiffany's work in HIV intensified after she completed the NMAX Youth Initiative program in 2017. She has engaged her HIV advocacy from a reproductive justice lens to justice. She has received the Youth Highlight Award for her contributions towards empowering other young people to thrive with HIV, and she's been named Social Ambassador for thebody.com. Tiffany wrote one of the Body's most popular stories, Why I Made a Sex Contract. This story talks about the unique barriers she's faced as a young woman who dates and has sex. But to navigate HIV laws and social stigmas, she does this to avoid any harmful outcomes. Congratulations, Tiffany Nicole.
Love you guys too. I'll keep this simple. I'll keep this short. Appreciation is the first thing that comes to mind when I think about everything that I am, everything that I want to be, and everything that I aspire to be. I appreciate the Black women in my life. I appreciate the struggles, and I appreciate you all. Thank you.
Work it, Tiffany Nicole, work it. All right, amazing young woman, Tiffany Nicole. Now I want to present to you another amazing woman, LaDonna Perkins. LaDonna Perkins was diagnosed with HIV positive in October 1989. She was only 18 years old, married with 2 children, small children, when she was told she had 6 months to live and she better get her affairs in order. But not living to take care of her girls just was not an acceptable option for her. So death would have to wait. LaDonna chose to live and to serve. In 1994, she was still around, and despite the stigma she experienced, started an HIV prevention education program called What Does HIV Look Like? In 1997, she worked with the Damien Center Speakers Bureau in Indianapolis. And later, when she moved back to Florida, she became more involved with the HIV community. Today, LaDonna speaks around the country and provides support to people with HIV wherever she can. Recognizing that HIV has been with her every day of her adult life, she says, at this point, HIV is just a part of me. It doesn't define me, but it has definitely made me better. Congratulations, LaDonna Perkins.
Wow. Oh, thank you so much. So empowering to be a part of an organization like Sister Love that empowers women with HIV. And it's the strength that we get from each other that, for me, gives me the strength to go out and empower other women to live their truth and to speak their voice. We have to be the voice for the voiceless. Thank you all so much. Thanks, Sister Love. Thank you, the sponsors, for everything. And this is just overwhelming. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon again. I am Tanya Freeman, and I will be introducing Nadine Ruff. Nadine Ruff was diagnosed with HIV in 1987 and has lived with HIV for 32 years. Nadine is a LGBT activist. She is the founder of Divinely You, a support group for transgender people in New Haven, Connecticut. Nadine works for a Place to Nourish Your Health nonprofit, also in New Haven. She is the program coordinator of Aging Positively, an evidence-based intervention for people living with HIV who are age 50 and older. Nadine's educational background is in human resources, including a master's in social work from Southern Connecticut State University. She's earned honors distinction, graduating cum laude, and was awarded the 2017 Social Justice Award by the Department of Social Work, the 2014 Outstanding Scholastic Performance in Human Services Fieldwork, and the 2013 Frank Adams Jerks Scholarship Award. Nadine uses her clinical and community organization skills to strengthen vulnerable communities. Congratulations to Nadine.
First and foremost, I'd like to thank God, Sister Love, and anyone who had anything to do with me being present at this moment today. It's truly an honor and a privilege to be recognized as one of the leading women, and also to be a part of a sisterhood with the like minds. My challenge, I will do my best, and I will also, it's charged to make sure that no one living with HIV is left alone. There is life after diagnosis.
Bambi Salcedo. Bambi Salcedo is a national and international advocate and transgender Latina woman. She is the president and CEO of the Trans Latin and Coalition, a national organization that focuses on addressing the issue of transgender Latinas in the U.S. She also established the Center for Violence Prevention and Transgender Wellness, a multi-purpose, multi-service space for transgender people in Los Angeles. Bambi's remarkable and wide-ranging activist work has brought voice and visibility to not only the trans community, but also to the multiple overlapping communities and issues that her life has touched, including migration, HIV, youth, LGBT, incarceration, and Latin communities. Her extensive leadership has birthed several organizations that created community where there was none and advocates for the rights, dignity, and humanity for those who have been without a voice. Congratulations, Bambi.
Yes. Good evening, everyone. Quiero darle gracias a mi poder superior por darme la oportunidad de estar aquí con ustedes y quiero honrar también la tierra en la cual estamos aquí hoy en día. I just honor my higher power and honor the land where we're standing on today. And I want to thank each and everyone for staying here and honoring us with this. Thank you to the planning committee for nominating me and for thinking that I am worthy of receiving this award. I am humbly receiving this award, but I want to remind you that Black trans women continue to be killed, and it is our responsibility to make sure that trans women continue to be equal within our society, and it's our responsibility to ensure that our lives matter. Thank you.
Brenda Simmons. Brenda Simmons describes herself as a mother, an advocate for women living with HIV, and a long-term survivor. Having tested positive in 1993, she felt despair until some young women told her, "You're going to be fine, just stick with us." They invited her to their support group that night. Everyone was smiling and hopeful. With their help, she began to feel better about herself and learned that she learned everything she needed to know. Brenda wasn't so afraid anymore. Her life as an advocate took off in 2014 when she attended the Positive Women's Network Summit. There she met powerful advocates from across the country and the world. From them, Brenda learned how important it is that we use our voices and our stories to make a difference. Advocacy is now her purpose. She is committed to looking for ways to reach those women who are falling through the cracks and make sure they get the support and services they need. Congratulations, Brenda.
Hey, y'all. Listen, it's an honor to accept this award. I would like to thank Sister Love and the leading ladies. I also would like to thank Pat Kelly, and everyone out here. I've learned to give back what was so freely given to me, and that is to be a voice for the voiceless, and to also to teach the fearless to be fearful in the work that we do. And we will continue to do the work that we do. Thank you very much.
Good evening, everyone. I have the pleasure of talking to you all about the Pandora Singleton Award. Pandora was the fiercest, most passionate supporter and warrior for women living with HIV/AIDS. She went beyond service to become a best friend, a great mentor, a mother, sister figure, and a fearless fighter for human rights for women. She also fought for the rights of all people living with HIV/AIDS. She was the founder and director of Project Exuka in Savannah, Georgia, and a founding member of Sister Song National Reproductive Justice Collective. We honor her story with this award as we show our gratitude for another ally who is a leading woman, who is not living with HIV and has been an invaluable ally for more than 20 years to women leaders living with HIV/AIDS. This year's Pandora Ally Award honors the work of Gloria J. Lockett. She is co-founder and executive director of the California Prostitutes Education's Political Project. CalPrep is a minority HIV prevention organization whose mission is to provide comprehensive health education, HIV STAs prevention, case management, peer and treatment advocacy to people who are living with HIV/AIDS. Please help me welcome and offer congratulations to the 2019 Pandora Ally Award winner, Gloria J. Lockett.
Thanks, everyone. You know, age before beauty means I should have been on earlier. I just want to thank Dazan and Sister Love for this award. I am truly honored. Myself and others started working with sex workers, trans women and males, males and women, LGBTQ youth on the streets of San Francisco in the Oakland Bay Area 35 years ago. At that time and now, we knew that HIV and AIDS is 100% preventable. I had some other stuff I wanted to say, but I'm just going to end by saying sometimes this feels like a thankless job, but I know that I am blessed to be able to work with people on the front line. Thank you.
And I would like to talk about the introduction of the alumni. And to do that, we're going to bring back Judge Finia Aline.
Well, good evening again. How are the desserts? Good, delicious, great, great. Well, hopefully the dessert is as sweet as our inductees. The 2020 Leading Women's Society is much more than an award ceremony. In addition to tonight's event, there will also be a Leadership Institute for HIV-positive women who are members of the society. Each year, there are additional leaders who will be inducted into the 2020 Leading Women's Society. They will join the ranks of an additional 200 women who have been inducted during the prior year. We would like to take the time to recognize these women who are with us still tonight, If you are here when your name is called, please stand so that we may recognize you. Monique D. Howell. Woo! Eileen King Carter. Tina Renee Krug. Kamaria Lafree. Octavia Y. Lewis. Teresia Najoki. Nicole Seguin. Alicia Trammell. Stephanie Vasquez. Let's get one more round of applause to all of our women inductees. Now, we have one more. Please tell me your name. Astoria Wright. That's right. Woo! Everyone, this is a time we would like to publicly thank all the women standing for your service and dedication in eradicating HIV and AIDS in our community. The Sister Love family is excited to welcome you into our family this weekend. Thank you again for your service.
All right, give all of our presenters and our honorees a huge applause. Then turn to your right and pat the person that is sitting next to you on the back. Thanks, Sisterhood. Now we're going to have a celebration of life video. Vocalist, soloist, Leslie Christopher.
Jesus told me that the world would be against me if it changed my name. Oh, Jesus told me that the world would be against me if it changed my name. Lord, oh Lord, Jesus told me that the world would be against me if it He told Jesus it would be all right if he changed their names. Oh, they told Jesus it would be all right if he changed their names. Oh Lord, they told Jesus it would be all right if he
The voice of Leslie Christopher. Oh my God. That was amazing. Now that was amazing. Thank you, everyone. I'm sorry? Dejan?
No, seriously, you all, thank you for hanging in so late. I know that we went a little bit beyond our time. Things happen, but we're still aligned. I just want to acknowledge that this is why we exist. It is for those who have come before us, and it is for those who are still to come and join the fight. Look for Sister Love, as they say, watch this space. Lots to come, and we can't get there without you. So, sisterlove.org is the website. You can go there. You can make your donations today, tomorrow, every day. We'll even take it from you every month if you like that. But what I most importantly want to say is thank you to all of our sponsors, to our family. You've seen them on the screen. You see them in the book. I'm going to not go through the whole list. I have an incredible team. We have an amazing staff. We have a wonderful board. We have a lot of love from people who work with us, like Dwight Eubanks and his entire production team. And of course, this night wouldn't have happened without the very women who were here. So for the alumni, congratulations. What I want to acknowledge, because half of them have probably left the room, part of my job was to make sure that we also recognized that while this is our 30th, that means that for the class of 2009, the very first class of 2020 Leading Women's, This means that you got 30 years and up too. So congratulations to all of you. Forgive us for not making the moment to bring you up. Just know we got you in our hearts and in our minds and in our meditations. Everyone, please get home safely. Donate on your way, but not while you're driving. And we will see you next year. Thank you so, so very much. Oh, and for anybody who wants to be with us in Rwanda at the end of November, we are hosting the, what is it called? Women Now, HIV, Sexual and Reproductive Justice Summit on the intersections of HIV and RJ for women and girls of African descent. It's on like popcorn, y'all. This is what we do. Stick with us till we get to the end of this mess. Thank you. God bless you. Good night.